Guys, the birthday guy pretty foggy. Flippin' nice.
Sogimimo diena, sogimimo diena, sogimimo, sogimimo, sogimimo diena.
Started with a kiss and I told you never let me go. Never let me go.
We need to be.
Started with a kiss and I told you never let me go. Never let me go.
Ah, right in the fucking sandwich. So guys, if you look close into these blooms, they all are purple or the shades of purple. And I just found a pretty rare occasion, which is albino žibutės. In Lithuania we call it žibutės or žibuoklės, and these ones are pink, so they're like albinos.
Svetlana, the firefly in the room.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Svetlana and today I have a rescue mission, and honestly this is not the flippin' first time when I'm just minding my own business with my own plant collection, just doing the stuff that plant people do, and then from time to time my fiancé comes into my room and says, well, I fluffed up. And then something flippin' happened with one of your plants, and a couple days ago there wasn't an exception to this situation. So I actually had this beautiful Phalaenopsis orchid that it was standing on the very top of this wardrobe. So sometimes from time to time when you push way too hard your clothes into the wardrobe because they do not fit, the wardrobe itself shakes a little bit. And as it happens, my fiancé is pretty strong man, so I mean, he just flipping through this plant to the ground. It broke all of its leaves. I'm actually devastated in a way. And at the same time, I just feel like we're flipping gonna do it. We're still gonna rescue it. It's actually a rescue orchid. I found it near the garbage containers about 2 years ago. It was actually a pretty cool story, and what I love the most about this specific Phalaenopsis orchid is that it was insanely huge. I mean, the leaves on it were crazy. Right now, as you can tell, I'm not sure. I'm still not 100% sure what I'm gonna do about it. The fun part as well is that this orchid has a baby attached to it. So this is like the main mama plant over here. But also in here is a baby that grew out of the side of this plant. So this is the main stem. Here is the baby stem, right? And I thought maybe to separate them or not. But you know what? I want to keep them together. They seem so happy together, so cute. So I just want to have this more bushy pot of orchid. But last time I was repotting it after rescuing it. It had this huge system of roots and very long stem, and a lot of you were just saying to me to cut off the bottom part and just leave the, the freshest new roots that are on the top. And at that time I did not felt good about this decision, so I didn't, and you were screaming through the screen on me. And today, you know what? Today is the day I will listen to you guys. So today I will cut off this bottom part, because not only I can see that the stem itself is flipping dry and just dead, also you can see that all of the roots are not too happy out there. So I want to keep all of those beautiful chunky roots that whenever I water turn green, that means that they're alive and helping the plant to be alive and survive. And the ones that are just, droopy, dry like so, they're just not doing anything to it. It actually may cause a rot, and in that way have some bad affections on the healthy part of the plant. So I wanna skip that part of my life. I do not need plenty problems, because I have way too many already to handle. So I'm gonna cut this orchid over here, and I might cut some leaves because I can see that some are definitely agoners, which is so sad. It was such a chunky, beautiful orchid, and I also gonna plant it into the orchid mix. So it was actually growing in this very same pot. What I like about it is see-through, so whenever I water it, I can see the roots turning green, and that is the sign that the orchid is happy. It's watered, it doesn't need anything else from me, except the sun, of course. So this is a very nice and helpful trick for the new plant persons who are not sure or maybe are afraid of orchids. You just can always listen to their signs and look into their signs. Anyway, through the see-through pots, that's what I meant. Anywho, first of all, can we take a little break and just flip and appreciate this cool vest I thrifted in a vintage thrift store? It only cost me $2, guys. $2 or €2, which is almost kind of the same. Guys, it's handmade. There is no label, and you can obviously see through, all of the stitches that is definitely handmade, and it's so flipping cool. It makes me feel like I can steal your girl, and you know what? I would if I wanted, but I don't want, because I'm a good person. What do you think? I feel like $1,000,000. And sometimes, I'm trying to be normal in this day society and wear, as casual clothes, classic clothes, classic like jeans, turtleneck and stuff like that. But sometimes my artsy side really likes to break out and just do the nonsense like this. And I flipping love it. Anyway, back to the plants. So what I want to do first, of course, I want to prepare the soil, and I won't be doing anything crazy. I have a simple orchid mix all prepared, so I'm not gonna go crazy, mix my own mixes, buy it, the weirdest stuff you can buy, leca balls and stuff like that. I want to go on a cheaper side, on an easier side, and this is how it's gonna go. So first off, probably I want to add like half of this pot of orchid barks, and then we'll go into grooming this plant. I also have a moist like napkin. What's this? Like piece of material that is very nice for wiping the leaves. So I have this prepared as well. So we're gonna give a full-on spa day for this baby, and hopefully keep fingers crossed that maybe this stress, after all of this stress, it will decide to bloom or something. You never know. You never know, guys. So let's just hope for that. Let's fill in the pot. Okay. Okay, that might be a bit much, but we will figure this out later on. Okay. Actually, I asked you in my previous vlog to wish a happy birthday to Ginteras, to our friend, because sometimes he sneaks into my videos, you know, and just spies on me. So while sitting in the bars, from time to time I would go ahead into my YouTube channel and just show him, look, somebody wished you a happy birthday. And he was like, oh my gosh, thanks. So that was sweet of you to wish him a happy birthday. Thank you so much for listening to me. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Okay, so, okay, let me show you what we're dealing with. So here is a root ball, here is a baby monstera attached, here is a main monstera. The dry part is the main monstera stem, this one, right? So I want to cut off this dead, because it's really dead, as you can hear. ASMR. It's empty, it's dead, it's dry. So I want to cut off this stem of flower spike, right? And I want to cut off like till here, because this is where the fresh root starts to pop out, and I just want to leave them for this beautiful plant. So let's start with the root situation, and then we'll go ahead into the foliage. So let me cut it over here. Okay. Okay. You can see some dead roots in here as well, so they're actually not helping me out to take off that, you know, dry ball of roots. So I'm just gonna cut them as well, so it will be easy and I won't be ripping any fresh roots. Okay. Okay, this one is kind of okay. Alright. What's up, baby? What's up? You came to say hi? Oh, such a good puppy. You're such a good puppy. Okay. Please don't put your nose anywhere. Oh no, we lost a root. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, okay. So this is what we're dealing with. I still have some dry roots on the very bottom, so I wanna cut it off as well, because we don't need that, right? Look at this. I'm so curious about this orchid. This is one of the mysteries that I always, you know, like face whenever I rescue a plant from the garbage containers, from the streets. I wonder why in the heck somebody would throw away such a beautiful big orchid. At that time it looked fabulous. It had, you know, flower spikes that were still fresh, and actually the moment I rescued it, after a couple months, it shoot out new spikes for me and flowered, which was so, like, it felt like such a reward and like a big thank you from this orchid. And it felt awesome. So right now I feel like, since it was in a casualty mode, and honestly, okay, let me be clear. I am not a perfect plant mom whatsoever. I actually had this orchid after an accident for a week in my bathtub, because I was just too lazy to do anything about it. It just seemed like, you know, a pretty decent amount of work, and I just was so busy. So I thought, okay, one day. This day came almost a week later, so this is not ideal, of course. But you know what? I'm still trying my best. The worst part, guys, actually is that I am no longer available to work full weeks from my home, so I need to go back to office from day to day, which I'm glad I could, you know, chat with my boss and ask for a little bit less days in office than he required from the very beginning. At the same time, it doesn't feel too great, because, you know, I have baby puppies who are pretty naughty. He also said I could bring the smaller puppy to the office for a day and see how that goes. I'm curious to take Baloo there. Of course, that would be an awesome vlog, but at the same time, I know my other colleagues who would bring their puppies to the office. And let's just say there were a bunch of stinky accidents in the office. Sometimes in some people's purses, which is not ideal. And I know Baloo is naughty one. He is a flippin' naughty puppy. He likes to go ahead and spy on everything, sniff everything, steal everything. So, I'm not sure how that would go. What do you think? Should I bring Baloo to the office and give it a go? Or maybe it's a bit risky yet? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do about it. Okay, so this is what we're left with. Look, beautiful fresh roots, ready for action, ready to soak on all of... Wait, one root. We have one traitor. You know what? I want to cut maybe a little bit even below that, because I can see some roots that are kind of fresh, but kind of dying off already. So okay, it's not an easy access here. Yeah, this is completely dry, so even though it looks like the roots are pretty okay, right? But the stem itself is so dry. Right now I think we will be a little bit better. Okay. So what did I say? What was I saying? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so we have this beautiful root system left. I think this is definitely enough to keep this orchid happy and alive. You can see new roots shooting out from the stem like so. So we should be okay. Right now what I want to deal with is these broken leaves, because there's not a one. I mean, every single leaf took a hit. It was a pretty big fall, like 2 meters down from the wardrobe. So it feels like I'm talking about a flipping accident, but it was a flipping accident. I know my fiance did not do it on purpose. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna cut off the leaves that are not doing so great, and they won't be doing so great. Like this part, it would just dry off after all, so I'm just gonna cut it off. Once again, this one leaf, it's just hanging there. It's broken almost all the way up, so I'm just gonna finish off the business of the fall on this one and cut it as well. Bam. So the orchid won't be using the energy, to keep these poor leaves alive, and instead would work on the new ones. I mean, this one doesn't look great as well. This broken part is very bendy, as you can tell, and the end of this one is completely broken. You know what? I think I'm just gonna cut it off. You know what? I'm just gonna cut it off. This orchid always stays on this very top of wardrobe, and nobody sees it too much, so I don't mind to lose some leaves, to be honest. We should be fine. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave it as it is. So the main mama orchid have 3 leaves. Half of them are not doing so well, especially right now as I'm sitting in front of the window, since the leaves are backlit. Is the word backlit? I can see all of the broken parts, but you know what? We're just gonna give it a go. The fun part is that the baby orchid actually right now has more leaves, more foliage than the mama plant, which is kind of cool, Okay, so I want to put this apart. Of course, you could go an extra mile, put this orchid in a peroxide and water mixture, just in case, of a root rot, leaf rot and stuff like that. But you know what? I just feel it's gonna be fine. Guys, this orchid survived being outside next to the garbage containers in a pretty chilly weather. So it's gonna kick the accidents butt, I would say. Okay, back to the mix. So now what I think, I'm gonna take out some of that, and let's try to put this one inside. Should be fine, I think. Oh yeah. This is like perfect. Yes. This one finally will be so much more stable, because before that, since it had all of these crazy roots that were dead sitting on the bottom, the orchid itself would be just, like leaning out of the pot, because all of the space was just taken by the dead roots. Okay, let's fill this thing in. We should be great. Oh my gosh, actually this save mission is so much easier than I thought in the very beginning. So this is fun. Yep, gonna need to clean the floor for sure. Yeah, so guys, I'm honestly a little bit worried how I'm gonna juggle my, 8 to 5 work in the office and filming videos and painting your pots. Honestly, I'm a lot worried. Not a little bit worried, but like a lot worried. Agnes had this idea to maybe go ahead and ask my workplace if they would be willing to, instead of me working like full-time job, take it like as a part-time job. But I'm not sure about that. We need all of the money right now since we're looking for a new home. So all of that is so stressful right now. And I hate that. Everything was so fine, so great. And of course, life gonna just give you some lemons in this life, right? Flippin' annoying. And that is flippin' annoying. Just want to make sure that the barks are just going all the way through in between the roots. So I'm just giving a little shake. Honestly, I was looking for repotting mats, but they're kind of pricey. You know, whenever I need to pick either to buy a new plant or a repotting mat, I know the smart idea would go ahead and buy the repotting mat. But there is none of them in physical stores. The only ones I could find was in the internet stores, in the online stores, and in there adds up shipping and stuff like that. And whenever I go ahead to check out in the stores, I was like, nah. I just can clean my mess, you know? Is there anyone similar to me? Being a little bit silly about that? Maybe I'm just overthinking it, I'm not sure. Just like a one-time spend, and then my life would be so much easier, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Nice, it's finally stable in here. Oh, this is already a great beginning. New beginning for the baby. This is it. For the reporting part, look at it. It's stable, I can wave it all the way up and it just stays in one place, which is so exciting. Huh? Not the most beautiful plant ever, but you know what? Just give it some credit. Give it... Ah, man, I was reporting next to my moist towel. This is so smart. Sometimes I just surprise myself with all of my decisions. Okay, wanna clean these beautiful leaves. You know what? I honestly love Phalaenopsis orchid leaves so much. I love how chunky they are and how succulent they are. And since I cannot... Oh my gosh, I just ripped the leaf. And since I cannot grow too many succulents in my home except cacti because they're just, you know, always stretching out and doesn't look that cool anymore, it always feels so cool to see those waxy leaves on my orchids and Hoyas. Gorgeous, gorgeous, right? Okay, you know what? We're flipping doing great in this body. Oh my gosh, why I was exaggerating. Do you always feel like sometimes you exaggerate, like push away the easiest tasks ever? You feel like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow. But when you finally do it in like 5 or 10 minutes, you're like, what the heck? Why didn't I do it earlier, you know? Anyway, this is it for today's rescue mission. The last thing is left. I wanna honestly let it dry for a couple days. And since this Friday is, like around Friday is my watering day, this is when I'm gonna give it a water with a little bit of fertilizer. What the heck is that? With a little bit of fertilizer. And hopefully soon it will bounce back, grow beautiful roots. I can see some roots already peeking through the edges, so I cannot wait to see more and more of them. That will show me that it's growing finally and it's ready for business. It's ready to flip and bloom and just make the world happy about it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Cute! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Flippin' doing a great job over here or something, huh? Right? Anyway. Cute. Anyway, this will be it for today's video. A short one, but you know, the one that really needed to be done since this poor thing was in my in my bathroom for almost a week. I'm sorry it took so long, but we did it. We deserve a reward. Nice. Feel so, you know, sometimes you just feel like... Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Of course, before leaving you, let me teach you another language lesson. And since I have this flipping cool vest with horses, let me teach you how to say horse in Lithuanian and in Russian. Honestly, there are some variations. For example, in Lithuania, we have couple names for horses. because, for example, for those who are the horses for shows, and the beautiful ones, like, I'm not even sure how to even tell you more about them, but we call them žirgas. Once again, žirgas as a singular horse. And I mean, even the horse male and female have different names. Oh my gosh, this is a difficult one. And if we want to talk about the horse that is used to work in the field, the ones that my grandpas used to have, both of my grandpas actually used to have some horses, not one, not two, more, and it was always so exciting. I loved horses. I love their noses. This is the softest thing you will ever touch in your life. Have you ever touched horse's nose? This is like the fluffiest stuff ever. Anyway, like the working horses, we called them arklys. Once again, arklys in Lithuanian. And the female one is kumelė. Once again, kumelė. Fun fact, for a lot of animals in Lithuania, in Lithuanian language, there are the female version and the male version, which is pretty cool. And in Russian, in Russian, we call a horse konь. Once again, konь. And honestly, I'm not sure how to call the lady horses. I never used it in my life. I mean, both my grandpas used to have the male horses, so honestly, it's not in my head right now. So let's just leave it as it is, right? Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more plenty content. Let me know in the comments how do you feel about this rescue mission. Maybe you have any tips. Would you do something different? Let's chat about it in the comments. I always love to hear your opinions, your ideas, and to work on them in the future. And like this video if you enjoy it. Did I say it already? It always escapes my mind. Anyway, thank you guys, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye! Flipping nailed it! Nice!